So, Karti Chidambaram's alleged financial dealings making waves in Parliament. Let's now go across to Karti Chidambaram, who's agreed to speak to us from Chennai. Karti, thanks so much for joining us. Now, just to specify what those allegations are, a newspaper report has claimed that a company that you own indirectly has a subsidiary in Singapore, and that subsidiary has invested in everything from vineyards in South Africa to land in England to tennis tournaments and franchises in Southeast Asia. What do you say about these charges, Karti?
This is very amusing, Srinivasan. First and foremost, I'm not a shareholder or a director of Advantage. Advantage is owned by friends of mine. I know them very well. They are the shareholders and directors of the company. My businesses are completely compliant. All my businesses have filed their income tax, their ROC, the registrar of company, and are completely compliant with RBI regulations. My friends' companies are also very, very compliant. But this is a very fanciful story which has come out in one particular newspaper whose political persuasion is very well known. I think it's all the records are there in file. Yeah. And if the authorities believe that there are assets off books or any of the transactions are illegal, they are most welcome to take action as per law and not resort to selective leaks to particular newspapers.
Now, when you say that Advantage is not your company, Karti, that's not exactly true, because it was your company until you resigned on the 3rd of, on March of 2012. So, right from that entire period, you were the owner of this company.
I was an indirect shareholder very briefly. If you look at it, I think only for about 11 months or so. The company was incorporated by people I know. I entered the company with another friend, and then I exited the company very, very briefly. So I was not a shareholder at the inception, and I'm not a shareholder today. I was a shareholder very, very briefly through an indirect company.
No, but the fact is that you were the owner of a company called Ostrich Investments, in which you owned over 90% shares. Now, this company actually bought close to about 66% shares and became the owner of Advantage. Advantage then has the Singapore subsidiary, which allegedly makes all these investments, which raises questions, Karti, as to where this money is coming from for these investments to be made.
First and foremost, verify whether these investments are true. Why don't you go and look at the ROC, the balance sheet in the ROC, and see if these investments are really there? Why are you assuming that these investments are there in these fanciful countries and in these beautiful locales? Why doesn't somebody do that work? As a responsible journalist, I would wish that you would go and actually check to see if these assets are really there on the books. And then we can talk. But this company is owned by my friends. They do legitimate business and they're completely compliant.
Now listen, when you say that go and look on the ROC, we can't look on the ROC of Singapore. We don't have access to that. But we have looked at the ROC records here, and the fact that this company that you own, Ozbridge, goes ahead to acquire this other company, which, as you say, is doing legitimate business. But Ozbridge itself seems to suggest no business activity whatsoever. What exactly does Ozbridge do?
Ozbridge is only a holding company between me, a friend, and mine. And at one point of time, when my friend wanted to take over the company, I gave the company up to him. So Ostrich was just between my friend who's been my friend since kindergarten.
Okay, you just say it's a holding company, but I want to ask you in conclusion that you understand that all these allegations center around the fact that this is quid pro quo for your father's role in facilitating the Aircel Maxis deal, and that Advantage paid 26 lakhs to Matrix around the same time before the deal actually went through and became the beneficiary of that.
I think you're all getting the facts mixed up. First and foremost, we have nothing to do with the Aircel Maxis case. I don't have anything to do with the Aircel Maxis case. My friends' companies have nothing to do with the Aircel Maxis case. This company did a one-off consulting with Aircel much before, when it was in the Mr. Sankran's hands. And that was a one-off transaction which they did for a consultancy fees of some 25 lakhs. That's all. They never held shares in Aircel. They never became shareholders of Maxis. These are all yarns which are being spun over again and again. And we have clarified this ad nauseum. We have nothing to do with the Aircel Maxis case. This company has got nothing to do with government. It has nothing to do with my father, nothing to do with government policy. And this is just an allegation which has been swirling around forever and ever.
All right, Karti Chidambaram, thanks so much for joining us and taking on those allegations. So back to you, Ankita, with Karti Chidambaram saying that this is all yarn spun in the air. But obviously, we'll have to wait to see if investigating agencies are able to come up with anything more concrete.